Okay, thank you. Thank you for the time which is given to me for giving a presentation about the secrets behind the existence of the moon. The point is that at first glance we think that moon has no benefits for us. I'm talking about my own background before, let's say, watching a documentary about the existence of the moon. So it has light at nights, but we don't know anything about the really extraordinary effects of the moon on the Earth and our life as well. The reality is that moon has many effects on the Earth and our life. For example, I've gathered just some information about the benefits and advantages which are harvested by people on the Earth about the moon. So first of all, we need to know that, for example, the moon has many effects for stabilizing the spinning of the Earth. You know, in the past, maybe 4.5 billion years ago, there was no moon in the solar system. So at that time, there was no stabilizing effects of the moon on Earth. So as a result, the axis that the Earth is spinning around would change its direction without any regulation. So what would be the result? As a result, for example, we would have a season maybe for a couple of months. For example, imagine a situation that we are staying in winter for 6 or 7 months. There is the same scenario in Mars planet, because there is no such a thing. I mean, a planet such a moon which stabilizes its direction of spinning, and consequently it changes its direction, which is spinning around. And that's interesting that in the past, as I told you, 4.5 billion years ago, there was no moon in the solar system. So, you know, the interesting point and amazing point was that the moon took shape after a collision between a planet and Earth. There is a big hole in the Arizona desert and on the Earth, and that's the outcome of that collision that I told you. So after that collision, there was a lot of big rocks, and maybe they were melted, I suppose, and they joined together. Then moon took shape, and it started rotating around the Earth in different, let's say, spans. And one of the tragic points is that the moon is drifting away from us with the passage of time, and maybe in the long run there would be some detrimental effects on the Earth, because it's getting disappeared, or maybe it is disappearing with the passage of time. So as I told you, those benefits would be vanished with the passage of time. And also, if it was closer to us, I mean, imagine a situation in which moon was situated in closer spans in comparison to Earth, I mean, towards the Earth. As a result, many lands on the Earth would be flooded, because, you know, the height of tides on all oceans on the Earth depends on the existence of the moon. So if it was closer to us, many lands would be flooded. And that was all of the information that I gathered from watching that documentary about the existence of the moon, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
How many minutes did it take?
I think 4 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, exactly 4 minutes.
Oh, and I forgot one more nice point. Sorry.
Okay. Yes.
Just let me tell you for your own information. You know, one of the effects of the moon is that it decreases the velocity of spinning the Earth. For example, in the past, when we didn't have any moon in the solar system, a day included 21 hours, approximately. But after the existence of the moon, it acts such a brake or such a friction, and the velocity of the spinning of the Earth is decreasing. That's why every day includes 24 hours these days. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I enjoyed this.
Thank you so much. I
Welcome.
enjoyed too.
Mm-hmm. So Arash, it's your
Okay, actually, I would like to mention some correction about the correct pronunciation of before.
Mhm.
That's you said before, I think.
Yes,
And
thank you.
also, I think you should put the before the Mars. You said in
Yes.
Mars. Am I correct?
I think both are correct. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
sometimes actually, yeah, I've seen that it comes with the and sometimes without the.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's strange. But thank you for being so attentive about that.
Thank you so much. And also about the correct pronunciation of the Earth. You said the Earth
Yes.
for 2 times.
Yes, sometimes Sasan does not pay attention to that because actually when you speak at a let's say speedy pace, it's important to just connect or use connected speech.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay, can I ask some questions?
Sure.
Okay, maybe it is too difficult, but let me see. To what extent do you agree that the moon also acts as a meteor shield?
I know the meaning of meteor, but what's the meaning of meteor shield?
As a matter of fact, meteor shield, it means that is it possible that moon can act like a shield?
Oh, you're right. To some extent, you're right because, as I told you, it stabilizes the spinning of the Earth, so it is protecting us to some extent. Yeah, I think you're right. I agree with you to a great extent.
Right.
Stabilize or stabilize?
Stabilize is
It's
British, I think.
stabilize, I think.
I think it is stabilize, but
Let me check.
Yeah, it's stabilize.
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 yeah, both of them stabilize.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Because also in your lecture you
Yeah,
pronounced it in this way. Yeah. That's okay. You know, I'm not perfect either, so don't worry about that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's really impeccable to figure out my.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So, any other points, Arash?
There are many points. For example, does the moon help diurnal animals, if I'm not mistaken, animals fend off nocturnal predators?
You mean it has some effects on them? Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, in the documentary that I was watching, the narrator said something about the effects of the moonlight on some creatures. For example,
Owl.
owl. Owl is really active at night, and there are other animals and creatures which are more active at night. And also, he was saying some theories which were not proved. For example, people, the light of the moon affects people's behaviors. For example, we can see that all criminal activities are done at nights. He was actually making a connection between these behaviors of people and also the light of the moon. But she said that it is not proved at all.
Yeah, we have
But
the
there are
word
some-
lunatic. You know, it means a person who becomes so sentimental and emotional. Well, actually, when he or she is exposed to moonlight, even lunatism, because la lune in French means the moon.
Yeah, we also have a lunar eclipse.
Yeah, lunar eclipse. Exactly. And so, any other question, Arash?
Actually, I wanted to know, does it help to reduce the impact of UV radiation on our body?
Oh, such a technical question.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Please.
Okay, I just asked, does it help to reduce the impact of UV radiation on our body?
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
He's not a NASA agent. But
I know, because of the fact that documentary video was, I think, around 1 hour.
yes.
I thought that's, yeah, they covered this.
Okay, the other point I think you said is peen. It's a pen, you know, it's short E.
Oh,
And also, that was really interesting to know about the effect of the moon on the creation of seasons. And also you said consequently, but it is consequently.
oh,
Arizona, I think you said something else. And desert, I think you said desert.
yes, okay.
Dessert means something that you eat after your
Yeah,
meal.
main, yeah.
And this, of course, I knew already knew about that, but that was interesting to re-know that the moon was a part of the earth and it was just separated from us, I mean from our home, with some collisions. And you said tragic, but it is tragic.
Okay.
Tragic points. I think you were explaining about something. I don't exactly remember, but I got it here. And the first time you said closer, but it is closer. But
Closer.
the second time you corrected yourself.
Mhm.
You see?
Yeah.
And the rest was really great. And I knew that the moon is getting farther and farther in time.
Yeah.
And after a while, actually, it will just go outside the gravity pull of the earth,
Yeah.
and it will disappear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other point about the moon that I know is that we just see one side of the moon. We do not see
Yeah,
the
exactly.
other side of the moon at all. So
Yeah.
the other side is just unfamiliar to us.
Yeah, because it is
Right.
spinning and rotating simultaneously.
Yes, exactly. And also the gravity, it is just affected by the gravity of the earth, which is really strong. And because the earth is 50 times larger than the moon. And
Yeah.
Mhm. And I
that's-
think,
yes,
okay, I think because of that, the moon also increases the severity of tides, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, sure. Yeah, because the density is really high. And it
Mhm.
just has its own gravity influencing the waters and the tides of, let's say, waters.
Right.
Anyway, thank you very much. I enjoyed this so much, and I think it's a great activity.